Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back again. This is the Sexy Cigar Lounge. I am your host at JW King. I do have the fellas in here, man. We got a good conversation tonight, man. Uh, Pretty interesting conversation. And hey, man, I want to see what you guys got to say about it, man. What up, Brent?
What's up? What's up? What's up, gang, man? We done had another eventful week in Clubhouse. And what, it's only Tuesday? You know what I mean? Clubhouse has just been rocking, man. We've been warring with other rooms and all type of shit. If you missed it, then you missed it. But once again, join our Clubhouse space. Follow us on all social media platforms, especially this one, so you get our alerts and notifications as we go live, and you will enjoy the show, guarantee. You know what I mean? And that's it, man. I'm saying score Brent. Back to you, JJ.
Drew, what up?
What up? What up? What up, gang? Man, what's good with y'all? Hey, y'all know what it is, man. We back for another one, bringing y'all that hot content each and every time we jump on this YouTube live thing. Make sure y'all follow us on all social media platforms at the Set Cigar Lounge. Subscribe to the channel, click that bell for them notifications, man. So when y'all know when we bringing these shows to y'all. Back to you, JJ.
Yo, man. Uh, First of all, man, we've been gone for a couple of days, man, just trying to gather some content, man. See what's out there, man. We want to bring y'all the best of the best, and I already know that you know it's gonna be something that pop out of nowhere, and we got it right now, man. Derrick Jaxn's wife, man, Dania Jaxn. She did an interview. She did an interview on I guess My Future Wife podcast, and I hadn't seen the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I have. Um, it's some disturbing things that she has said, and I want to get a video reaction, man. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, man, let's start the video.
To you.
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own, and I spent a lot of time. Like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
Wow. Whoa.
Man, but
That's deep.
that is deep, man.
Hey, man, this dude a clown, bro. This dude is
First of
straight up.
all, first of all, I'm trying to figure out how she get the. I guess it's a whole. there's a whole video coming out, but how she get the video of him having sex with other women, man?
She probably went through his phone.
Man, JJ, I think what we're looking at is the victim of a narcissist. And one thing about narcissists, they don't worry about cleaning up their mess. You know what I mean? They don't even bother with it. You know? Cuz he knew that he had her right where he wanted her. You know what I mean? Completely worshiping him, you know. And I mean, that, I'm just looking at her. I'm glad to see that she looks like she's in good health, and she's willing to talk about it. But I mean, I think that's what it is.
Hey, hey, Brent, I just want to play this again, man. We got a bunch of people popping in,
Right.
so I want to play it again. But this is Derrick Jaxn's wife, Danae. I guess it's her name, Danae Jaxn. She did an interview, um, and I think it's very sad, man. So hey, if you're on Facebook right now, share this. Share this right now. Share this right now because this video clip is really because I got a lot to say behind this video clip, but share this video right now. Share it right now before I press play. All right, here we go.
Do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. And I spent a lot of time, like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
Bro, this is my thing. The dude looked like he was super controlling on the little interview that they did, Then this is what I don't agree with. You going on a camera. You going on a camera that you know that hundreds of thousands of people are gonna watch you sit there and confess all of these situations with your woman, with your wife, and she got that damn bonnet on. Now, let's just be real. If you know that this video that you're gonna make is going viral, why would you have her with that bonnet on, bro? And see, I'm not joking about this. This right here shows that her self-esteem with this dude was super low. You see what I'm saying? It shows that she cared more about him and praising him and being a certain way with him, you know what I'm saying, versus herself. Because that's the only thing that people got out of that video was that damn bonnet on their head. And he knew better, bro.
For sure.
He knew better, bro.
I I think this woman was in love with this dude and committed to the marriage. And I say that if you're listening to her, she said she studied these women's bodies and imitated them just so she could please him the way that they did, so he would stop messing with them and pay attention to her. And as I'm listening to her say that, right, I'm like, dang, this is sad. But also, it's like, man, she really, really, really loved this dude, but loved him so much that she ain't even, it's like she didn't really love herself. She said she was a shell of herself. So she wasn't even being herself. And she was in one of those relationships that, you get lost in. People, you ever heard of people getting lost in a relationship and you can see your friend, and you be like, damn, my friend ain't even being themselves no more because they pour so much into the other person, they not even getting that in return. So they just look like a shell of themselves. And that's exactly what it looked like his ex-wife got going.
I I don't know if I would say she loved him. I feel like she was more so obsessed with him. You know what I mean? And I think that can happen in a relationship. I think people could become obsessed with their partner. I mean, there were so many hints. There were so many signs. I mean, the man was on social media forever before it was ever brought to anybody's attention that he was actually married. You know what I mean? He's giving. Let's put this in context. He's giving advice to women. You know what I mean? Majority women on how they should handle their relationships without ever suggesting that he was married. You know what I mean? Like, hey, this is what me and my wife does in this situation. At least Steve Harvey brings up Marjorie all the time. You know what I mean? This is how we handle this situation. Not once, out of all the advice he was given from his damn Honda Accord, did he ever say that, hey, this is how me and my wife deals with this situation? All the signs was there. But you got a rock hard, chiseled guy that women are lusting over, and somewhere in there you can get obsessed with that. You know what I mean? And once she did, like Drew said, she just fell into his universe. They're not even in reality no more. They're in some other universe where only him and her exist. That's all why she can go on camera with a bonnet on. Because all she was worried about was pleasing, what he needed at the moment. You know what I mean? Like, because she's a part of his world now. You know? And I mean, the best thing you can have in these situations is discernment when you start seeing the signs withdraw. Because I'll tell you one thing about narcissists: once you done fell into their web, it's no way getting out. She's gonna spend years maybe trying to get over that relationship.
Man, but this my thing though, Brent. Um, man, bro, the way that lady was looking in that interview when she was sitting on that couch with that damn bunny on her head, bro. She was looking lost, man. She was looking like she was in a daze of her life. Like, you know how you mourning death. That's what she looked like, a person that was mourning death and was trying to hold it together for the sake of making somebody else strong. You feel what I'm saying? And bro, uh, I just want to look at this lady face again, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I want to look at a person. I'm talking about, she's a beautiful woman, but you can tell that she been through it, man. Look at this one more time, man.
Do to you?
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I know several. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own, and I spent a lot of time. Like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because that I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
JJ, I want to address something. Everybody who's saying it's not obsession, you know what I mean? Let me ask you this question. What did she love about him?
So
Did
she
she
loved
love that
everything
he
about it.
what I'm saying, did she love that he was hiding her from the public? Did she love that she was finding all these videos on him cheating? Did she love that he threw her on camera wearing a bunny for the whole world to make fun of? What in the hell did she love about
Brent, I mean, you gotta think about it like this, bro. You keep
obsession? You don't care what you're getting back,
but
Drew.
you keep talking about him hiding her from the world, bro. A lot of people be married and they be doing these posts and social media and stuff. A lot of people don't want you in their personal business. So it wasn't like he was. I don't think he was hiding her from the world, but I ain't know the nigga was married, and nor did I care. I didn't never watch his videos, to be honest with you. But listen, he created a lane, right? You see what I'm saying? He created a lane where he was bashing dudes to women. You know what I'm saying? So in the sense of getting money, and that's probably how he was getting his income. He probably was like, "Look, I ain't really got to talk about my wife. I'm just gonna talk about this relationship shit." And cause I mean, I seen a couple of his videos, and I was like, "Dang, do he got a girl? I want to do this dude got a girl?" I thought it, but did I really care? Not really. But,
Well, just yeah, yeah.
I'm
Just
just
Hey,
saying,
hey,
like,
hey, let me just say this. I agree with Jasmine. Shout out to In Love with Jasmine in the chat. I kind of agree with Brent, and I'm gonna say this. I think a part of his whole mo, Drew, was to appear single, was to appear desirable
that's what
to
I'm saying.
women that were, because let's just be honest. When this whole social media thing started, women were going to the memes and going to TikTok, and then boom, everybody found a lane in saying, all right, you know what? Steve Harvey did this. A couple folks did this. Preachers do it. You know what I'm saying? Let let me let me find my lane in this. So I'm gonna appear to be this single man, and I'm gonna play on a bunch of women's mind, and I'm gonna tell them exactly what I think and that I know that they want to hear, and I'm gonna make money off of it. And guess what? I'm gonna have any woman that come my way because this I know is what gonna get me in the door. Almost like a damn pimp.
But the crazy thing about it is, he. So basically, if you look at it, he was talking about himself. Cause think about it. Everything he said that dudes be doing is what he did to his wife. So he basically, that's how he could feed the women that information because he was doing it. He like, shoot, you gotta watch for this and watch for that because he doing it to his wife. You see what I'm saying? Which is crazy. But he was eating. He was eating from that. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, I don't gotta. I could appear single. I work out in the gym. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in my car. I'm saying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming off as this dude that be like, "Hey, ladies, I understand what y'all going through." You know what I'm saying? Dudes be doing this and they be doing that, and a lot of dudes are like, "Yo, who is this dude?" And what made it worse was when he got caught up with the cheating. Now every dude was like, "Yo, I been knew this dude was full of shit,
Well,
man."
we know that if a dude sit in front of a camera all day and dog out men, we know the type of dude that it is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Period. Period. Point blank. I don't care who it is, what it is. If a dude sit in front of a camera all day and dog out men, we know the type of dude that dude is. We know the type of dude that dude is. You know what I'm saying? It's just some women, not all, some women. That's how they get their mojo from listening to dudes like that dog out other men. And see now this dude, I mean, I can remember people sending videos of this dude on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all mean to listen to this, y'all mean to listen to this. But when he got caught up, it was a hey man, we was like, we already knew this dude whack like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I stick with it.
The sad part about it though. The sad part about it though. He can he probably done already recovered from that.
Yeah.
And guess what? He got a whole new group of women listen to this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel sorry for Danae, you know, because any woman that look at you and do like this right here about some hurtful stuff, that means that stuff really is in her, and it's eating at her every single day, man. And I just feel sorry for him, man.
I thought in that video, man, when he was, I guess, his little fake apology or trying to explain whatever, she should have really been talking more to him. You know what I'm saying? Like she should have been like how she talking to this dude in this video. She should have been talking, but like Brent said, he was such a narcissist and had her in a state of mind of she probably couldn't even get it out. That's why she was just sitting there nodding her head. It was like she said at the beginning of the video, a shell. She was just a shell. She just like going along with it because he probably like, look, just look as you know. He have her dolled up like how she is in this video, but he like look,
as homely as you can.
Yeah, look as homely as you can. We're gonna go on here, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about it or whatever. We'll smooth things over. And then I think after that video, it was another video where he got caught out with some other woman.
Not soon, not far after.
Yeah, it was probably like a couple weeks, right?
yeah.
He got caught up with another woman after you sat there and said you wanted to work on your marriage and how much you love your wife and everything. You out in Miami with a whole nother chick. So it's just like, bro, why you even do that? You should have just took your L in silence and kept it moving.
But you know what, man? This is the thing, bro. People like that, bro, really don't even be thinking that they could, you know, like this dude probably has gotten away with so much stuff to where he feels what they call it he feels he feel like he can't be stopped. You know what I'm saying? But my thing about this young lady, man, you know, when she said that she tried to change her hair like these women, you know, do moves like these women just to be desirable to him, bro. When these people are like that, it ain't nothing you can do. It ain't nothing you can do.
And that's why I'm asking myself, JJ, what could make someone fall in such a trance? You know what I mean? Where they're not evaluating the love and the respect that they're being. Why they're not evaluating the love and respect being reciprocated back to them? I think I'm sorry. I just think she was obsessed with him. She was obsessed with Derrick Jaxn. She was obsessed with watching all the women talk about how handsome he was, loving on him in his comments. She even said so herself. You know what I mean? How she would, watch all the stuff that he was doing. You know what I mean? That's someone that's obsessed with somebody. You
I
know what I
think
mean? And I think when you're in that trance, it's hard to shake off. It's hard to shake off.
I
He did a lot of manipulative, and he probably was comparing her to a women too. You know, they get you like that. You know what
I
I'm
think
saying?
I think she was probably more obsessed with the idea of the marriage and a family. Like think about it like this. Like that movie Acrimony, right? You sold this woman a whole dream. You know what I'm saying? She fall in love with the dream. So now you done cheated. She done found all this stuff out of seeing all these videos, and you done broke her down. She more so in love with the I like that's why she in that trance because it's like, damn, everything I wanted with this guy is now about to go down the drain. It ain't gonna be no more. Now the reality of it is broken. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you got to know when you're not included in the dream, though, Drew. When you're not included in the plans, you know what I mean. To me, she was never included in the plans. If she was included in the plans, she would have been right next to him
Well,
in,
well,
in
well,
a lot of
well.
those videos and talking about their relationship and stuff. He would have made it
I kind of
well
disagree with
known.
that, though, Brent.
He would have made it well known that he's a family man and I mean, come on,
You're right.
this guy wasn't selling Hoover vacuum cleaners online or nothing like that. He was talking about relationships.
I
What better other than a model than his own?
well, well, I think Brent. I think you're right, but I think once he started seeing the attention and the success, you see what I'm saying? Like money and attention changes people, bro. I mean, bro, you could be y'all could be super happy married and something happen, you know what I'm saying, in your relationship and changes where you become more successful and you're not that same individual before you got married, it'll change some people. I'm not saying everybody, but it will change some people. And I think in this instance, the dude found a lane. He found the lane and he stuck with that lane and he seen what that lane was doing and he went he was like, shit, I'm a I want the money, I want the fame, and I want every chick that look better than my old lady to desire me. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because he liked the fact of being a desired man. That's why he can look right there in the camera. He can look in the camera, dazed and dog out every man and make himself be on a pedestal that he know he didn't deserve to be on.
Right. Think about it. Everywhere he went, whether he was with his wife or not, people recognize who that man. Just because of social media, they recognize who this man was. You can think about all the man. You think about going to Miami, New York, L.A., Atlanta, Houston. All these different cities, bro. And you walking around and women saying, "Oh, they go Derrick Jaxn." They coming up to you be like, "Man, I watched your last video and it really helped me out." And they touching all on you and stuff, bro. You right, JJ. Like that stuff went to his head, man. It went to his head, and that's some, and that, and even if that ain't the Derrick Jaxn that be at home with his woman, that man, the character that he built, that online persona, oh, he lived that shit up, bro. He fell right into that character, and he started becoming the character because it wasn't no more Derrick Jaxn, the husband, the father, the family man. It's Derrick Jaxn, the online persona. He started being that at home. You know what I'm
I,
saying? And
But
24/7.
but okay, I hear what y'all saying that she could have saw past it because he was making big money. Now he was bringing in big money. But one thing that caught my attention, it wasn't her who, it wasn't his wife who came out about his cheating. It was the woman that he was dealing with. the one who said she been to his bedroom and stuff like that. So I'm under the suspicion that she probably already knew about it. You know
bro,
what I mean?
bro. She just said
Yeah,
she
yeah,
just
that's what I'm
said
saying. Now,
she just
I
said
mean,
that she watched videos of
yeah,
these other
I
women.
don't know what the timeline is, JJ, but I'm just going down the timeline of when it all got exposed.
But
It
but
was
but listen what I'm saying, Brent. I'm with you, but listen what I'm saying. Don't you think a woman appears on video with a dude that has hundreds of thousands of followers in a bonnet, looking super homely, and this dude up there looking like he the prize? That that right there, bro, has been their relationship for a long time. So the whole, you know what I'm saying, narcissistic approach to that, you are exactly right about that, bro. I think the dude had that woman right where he wanted her mentally to, you're not worth this, so you should be happy that you with me type of deal. And he used her to try to gain some type of I guess respect factor to these lonely women that were going crazy over him. So he tried to bring her on as his, this is my backbone right here. This is my wife right here, and it appeared that she was just lost in, man. You know,
yeah.
like,
I and JJ, all I'm trying.
hold on, late meals. Let us run this video back for late meals. Late meals. If you're, hey, if you on, please subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Share it on Facebook. We're gonna run this video back one more time. We're gonna run it back one more time. I'm sorry, Brent. I got you when we come back.
Do to you.
I became a shell of myself. I didn't know who I was. I actually have a couple posts on my page where I have a post that says, I knew her body better than I knew my own.
Stop. Let that sit there. You said you knew another woman's body better than you knew your own.
Yes, several women. I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own, and I spent a lot of time. Like I went in such a deep hole where I was like studying these women. I would go to their profiles and I would study their pages and like what they wear. I knew when when they had met up. So I watched their videos of them having sex. So I would try to imitate that and recreate that in our relationships so that he could choose me and want me. And that is a low point to be. And I'm tearing up a little bit because that I hate that I even got to a point where that was a thing, but that it was just that. And so I knew several other women's bodies better than I knew my own. I completely lost myself. I became a shell of myself. I tried to imitate their hair, their actions, even sexual things that I had seen him doing with them. I tried to recreate that in our life when we were engaged, and none of it amounted to anything.
Oh man, hey man, shout out to my good friend. She's like my life coach. Law Mills, Shonda Millage. That's my very good friend, man. Shout out to her, man. But this what
Yeah, yeah,
about to say, Brett?
No, well, what I want to throw in, JJ, we got to take a moment out to understand narcissism. You know what I mean? and people, some people out there might think it's some type of something, a disease you catch. It's how a person is socialized, you know what I mean, throughout their life. It usually starts with their parents. You know what I mean? It's when the parent, maybe they had a mother or a father who didn't validate them. You know what I mean? And nothing they could ever do was good enough. You know what I mean? And they, the mom will never say, I'm proud of you, or show nurture the child in a way that they felt like they needed. They didn't really answer the needs of the emotional needs of the child while they were growing up. They were never good enough. And if you will hear a lot of people who fell under the trap of a narcissism, they'll say that they're singing that same song she was singing. Nothing I did would ever be good enough for him. The way I had sex, the way I imitated these women, it was never good enough. You know what I mean? And that's just, it's they've been socialized to have that type of behavior, to never validate someone that they're with. It's one of the hardest disorders to get over. Some people say it's incurable, you know. So I just want to throw that out there.
Hey, hey, man, Shonda Mills right there, man. Shonda Mills, that's the person that introduced me to what a narcissistic person was. And she is an expert at this subject, at this topic. And that's who started telling me about how how narcissistic people, you know what I'm saying, try to manipulate your mind, and you are lose yourself, and you're losing who you know what I'm saying, thought you was gonna be, and you become a shell within yourself. And I mean it's hard to
And
get up out of
JJ,
that thing.
and JJ, no one's given a pass for it, but how in the hell are you supposed to look for it if you don't even know what it is? You know what I mean? Like, just
You really
trying
don't.
to,
You
yeah,
really
like,
don't because
yeah, you got to know what it
according
is
to
to be able
Shonda,
to look at it. Yeah,
you know, these people love you like that, and they make you feel like you the best thing that ever happened to them
They'll love bomb you.
until they get tired of you.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then boom, they go on to another subject, and that's what we need to have a Shonda. I done invited her on the show, but Shonda, we need to have a show on narcissism because she's an expert at that, bro.
right. And JJ, I think it is a way you can look out for it. You know what I mean? We have to understand in a relationship, you have to be able to evaluate yourself from outside it. You know what I mean? You have to be able to evaluate yourself from outside. You just can't have your head in the clouds the whole time. You got to ask yourself, you got to take a moment out to say, "Hey, I'm having a good time." But, I need to there's something's not being answered here. It's he's telling me all the right things, and it's just keeping yourself extra vigilant. You know what I mean? Like, I think the best thing people could have is discernment, when it comes to vetting and stuff like that. And hopefully you could pick up the on these traits before you like too deep in it.
hey, hey, bro. Sometime, bro, too deep in it is too late.
That's what I'm saying. It's way too late. Because like I say, man, it takes years sometimes to get over
It's
that type
easy.
of stuff.
It's
Yeah,
easier said than done. I say that much.
and just like Shonda said, they move very fast, man. They and bro, it's just like being in a prison of your own mindset, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, hey, I'm gonna get her on the show, man. I know she be busy doing her thing, but I need to get her on the show because she will have the women and the men, because that's who be giving me all of my knowledge and pep talk at life, because she knows that stuff, man. And you know, I mean, when the when the young lady said that she sat there and she watched the videos, bro, just imagine how often that stuff runs in her mind all day, every day, consistently. When she driving in her car, when she going to work, when she going to, wherever. That that image of all of that stuff keep constantly running in her mind, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I sense that she's taking time to get herself together. Hopefully, going to some counseling because what I mean, I might throw the conversation for a loop, but what can happen is that in her like next relationship, she could be the Derrick Jackson. You know what I mean? She could those same things that were pulled on her. You know, you what you say. Some people become the monster that they just left from. You know what I mean? Like I said, narcissism is people are socialized that way. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's something to get over, but it's something to also make sure that you're not picking up some of those behavior traits.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, yeah, I mean, hurt people, but I tell you, man, the way this lady look, man, I think, I think, I think her feeling is her 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 being is broken,
yeah,
and not just that, it's super embarrassing.
Yeah.
You had the whole world be on you because you had a bonnet on your head, you know, trying to cheerlead for a dude that clearly didn't give a damn about you. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude, like that, and that's one thing about it, man. You put that beautiful lady on camera with a damn bonnet on your head, and you got a fresh haircut. Boy, you ought to be ashamed of your damn self,
yeah,
Derrick
man.
Jackson. You ought to be
And
ashamed of your
and, and
damn self.
some Yeah, one thing I've been hearing in the chat, seeing in the chat a lot, JJ, is manipulation. You know what I mean? And that's one thing a narcissist knows how to do. But the reason they know how to do it because all their insecurities was always on display. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how come they can sense someone else's insecurities so quick. They could look at a person and know what their insecurities are. Because someone has analyzed them in that way. You know what I mean? Like they say. Now this is why I heard Derrick Jackson wasn't always lean and trimmed and stuff like that. They say he was kind of maybe fat in high school. You know what I
What the
mean?
hell
So
Goat
you
talking about in the chat?
so you know. But I don't know, man. But I think that's why they're able to manipulate people so quickly because they could pick up on their insecurities so fast.
Call in the Goat. He go to he go to thing. Call in. Uh,
He doing what goat do best, man.
Yeah, man. Um, I don't know what the Goat talking about. That lady is a victim. I mean, if you if you go through what that lady been through, man, and you make it out alive, man, without fucking, you know what I'm saying, suicide or killing him, bro, you are a strong individual. That lady has gone through a whole lot these last couple of years, and I'm pretty sure her life hasn't been at all at all easy for her, bro. Let's see what the goat got to talk about, man. Go ahead, sir.
Man, what's going on with y'all today, man?
What you mean,
No, I'm just asking how y'all doing. But first off, bro, she's
man?
not a victim, man.
Let's
She
move
did.
it.
Hold
Let's
on, hold
move
on,
it
bro.
along, bro.
She did it to herself, bro. She played herself. She did all this shit to her own self, bro. When you trying to emulate somebody else because who he like and shit like that, you doing it to yourself. She caused her own self destruction. But everybody talking about she's a victim and stuff like that. He didn't put no gun to her head and tell her to act this way. He didn't beat on her, none of that. She did all this shit to herself. She rehearsed all this shit that he seen women was goddamn acting away to him and stuff like that, and she took it and emulated, try to use it in her relationship. She was not being truthful to herself. That's where she went wrong at. Not being herself,
Hey,
and she tried to be somebody else, and that shit didn't pan out the way she wanted to pan out.
hey, go. I wouldn't say that she did it to herself, but I think somewhere along the line she didn't trust her instinct. I would say that, but I wouldn't say she did it to herself. She probably had good intentions
So
and wanted to start a family with him, but I think somewhere along the line she started ignoring her intuition.
go. So you saying if 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 I if I get told I got $1 million waiting on me at the bank, and then I walk in the bank and get ambushed by the person that told me I had $1 million waiting on me, and a bunch of other people with guns just shoot me on it's on me.
No, check this out. This is what I'm saying, right? If I ask, if I approach DW, right? I'm gonna use DW for example. If I approach DW tell me she like dope boys, right? And I'm not a dope boy, but then I start emulating trying to be a dope boy just to get DW. I'm causing my own self destruction. That's not me. That's what I'm saying.
But go, that's
She
not
went
what
about
happened.
it the wrong way. She started emulating the other women. She not being her.
That's
That's
not
why
what
she
happened,
called her
go.
own self destruction, man.
She
Go,
got married.
go. They was
She
already
got
married.
married
What
to
you
the
talking
dude,
about?
yo. What are you
It
talking
don't
about?
matter. She could have still been herself. She started acting like other women within the
Bruh, she
marriage, bro.
did, bro.
Bro, she clearly
Listen,
said
go, go, go.
she
You
watched
can't, you
videos.
can't
Hold
say
on.
that, go,
She clearly said she watched videos of other women with
bruh.
her
But
husband.
you
She
gotta
she started goddamn wearing hairstyles, dressing up as the other women. All that she was not being
That's
herself,
her.
go.
man.
But
How
Did
can
you
y'all overlook that?
did you listen to what the lady say? Did you listen to the video? She clearly did that because she wanted him to choose her.
exactly.
You didn't
Yeah,
listen to the context of what she said, bro.
go. I think you're talking like it's like you're jumping in the game. You're jumping her for something that happened in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things
This
that
ain't
happen
bro. This ain't
before that.
this
You
ain't the
know what I
first
mean?
quarter before. Listen, bro. If she had did this to get him,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
with you.
different.
She was
That's
already
different.
married to this dude. That was a
It don't
desperation
matter if you
thing she
doing
was
it to
doing.
get them or keep them. She
Bro,
still
bro,
stepped
bro,
out
bro,
her
bro.
comfort zone, bro.
But you can't tell that woman, listen, if you in a relationship with somebody, bro, and you love them, it go. So I don't expect you to understand because you ain't never been there. But I've been there. And
Oh
what I'm
wow.
telling you is sometimes, bro, when you married, you gonna do whatever it is to make your relationship work, whether it's make you look stupid or not. You in the
And
mindset
that's why
of I want my
y'all be
marriage
causing a
to
lot
work.
of
You
self
can't
destruction
blame.
because y'all
Listen,
step
bro,
out y'all
bro.
comfort
When it
zone,
comes to
bro.
somebody's feelings,
That's
though,
why y'all be unhappy and bitter because
go.
y'all
You
be with
not
somebody
listening.
that
You
y'all
not
don't like.
listening, bro.
When you
You
realize a person don't
cannot
like you for
blame.
who you are,
All
and
right,
you
bro.
start acting like somebody else, bro, you cause your own self destruction.
Hey,
I don't
dude.
give a fuck
Let
how
me
you
tell
try to
let me
dress
tell
it
you
up,
something, dude.
how
You
you try
ain't
to
never,
put
bro.
it
I'm gonna tell you
in it,
this right now,
bro.
and I ain't
Whatever,
even trying
man.
to argue with you, bro. You ain't never been in love, my G. Because if you been in love, dog, you wouldn't even be saying all this. I hate when people. I hate when you dismiss somebody else's feelings, bro. You can't tell nobody how to feel. You on the outside looking in, telling this lady she calls her own destruction. That's not what she's thinking about in her marriage. She looking at her husband have sex with other women on video and wondering why he don't want just her. So you can't dismiss her feelings like that, bro. You can't be serious right now.
So
Why you
you
quiet,
done or
go?
you finished, man? You done or you
All
finished?
right,
Cause
go.
you
You
ain't
got it.
making
You got it,
okay.
bro. You
All
got it,
right,
bro.
Drew.
You got it, bro.
Would you sit there? Would you sit there and watch a video of your wife having sex with other men and start emulating that and bring it to y'all bedroom?
Some hey,
Or
hey,
would
hey,
you rather
hey,
Or would you rather
let
be
me answer
yourself?
this for him, bro. Bro,
I'm done talking to go. You got it.
when you in love with somebody, uh, the goat, sometimes hurt. Sometimes people rather feel pain than to leave, bro. Sometimes people will go through the pain, you know what I'm saying, just to feel something. Just to feel something. Just
Well, if you willing
to
to put
feel
yourself on a
something.
burner like that, you really don't love yourself, man. That's what I say. Love yourself first.
Exactly. Go. She said that it was a shell of herself. Bro, do you know what the shell of yourself means, bro? It means you are not you anymore. You you are something else that you aren't happy with. And that's what love does to you. Now he gonna run off the damn app. Off the show. Sounding like
Yeah.
his ass got hay fever problem.
Anybody that ain't never been in love can miss their ass on this whole app, okay? Because Go is
Hey,
up
I'm
here
back.
talking
I'm back,
shit
man.
and
I had a phone
trolling.
call, man.
Yeah, go. I think
But I'm
that,
saying, y'all can use all this love shit and say all this and that bullshit, bro. Like, if you don't love yourself first, bro, and truly love yourself, you'll find yourself in situations like that, bro. You'll start emulating other people, man.
But
Like,
I
bro,
don't think that's it,
we see
Go.
that with people.
It's
We
the
see that
fact
with
that she was
people
trying to get
now
her husband's
that's not even
attention.
in a relationship. They would emulate other women, other men, and try to take that shit and use that to get
But
what they
go,
want.
you
And that shit, that shit is
go,
unhealthy. That shit is unhealthy, and it's not good at all, bro.
go. I think, sometimes if when you're in a marriage, you can just feel like maybe me and my person's just having a bad season. And they could be going through a drug addiction. They could be going through a gambling problem. They could be going through all type of shit. And you think, well, if I could just hold on to the train right now, we can get through it. We could get to a better time. Sometimes they don't realize how dark the pit is, how deep the pit is. You know what I mean? And I think that's what probably she was at in her mind. Like, he's going through something right now. Maybe he'll shake it. You know what I mean? And maybe we can get back to being trying to have a healthy family. I mean, go.
Is that what you really think, Brent? That's what you really think, bro?
No, yeah, I really do think, like, to go. Like, I understand where you're coming from. Go. I do think she may be. I think there's a intuition in us all when we're not being loved properly. That's telling us something that we can either choose to address it or ignore it, and sometimes we ignore it. You know what I mean? But I think that in her situation, she just probably thought they would like this. It can get better. Like she probably had some optimism of it getting better, and it didn't,
that's normally
and
how it
that's a
go,
gamble
bro.
we take.
You ain't clear minded when you be in these relationships sometimes, bro. See, you on the
Bro, I'm very
outside.
clear minded, bro. You can't tell me I'm
Listen to
clear
what I'm
minded or not,
saying, though,
bro.
go. You on the outside looking in, bro. And everybody on the outside looking in can see exactly what you're talking about. The person in the midst of the storm don't see that. They in the middle of it.
Exactly.
So you in a place where you grasping at straws, my nigga, because you desperate. And this coming from a man that been through that. When you desperate, bro, you might do some of the dumbest stuff in your life, but out of desperation, you trying to hold everything together. And I'll tell you, it's like this: if you was in a boat in the middle of a lake, and it was a bunch of people at the bottom of that boat, and they was punching holes in that bitch, and you trying to cover all of them up, you're not gonna be able to. The boat gonna sink. But you desperate. You just trying to do whatever you can to stay afloat. And that's what ended up happening, bro. Everybody ain't in there thinking like, well, maybe I shouldn't do. Yeah, logically, you might be like, yeah, I should do this, but like JJ said, that hurt. You rather deal with the hurt than that person leave. So you will take whatever
Yeah,
you
that's not a good
want them
point,
to
but
leave.
you
You
keep
don't
on going.
want what you have to end. That's all I'm telling you, bro. I'm not really trying to go back and forth with
So
you. I'm just telling you from that.
I'm not going back and forth with you
Looking at
either,
it
man.
from
I'm
a
just saying
different
not a
point
good
of view.
point, man.
what's not a good
He tried to use
point?
the
Go.
point about you being in the boat in the middle of a lake by yourself and people punching holes in it. She wasn't in that goddamn boat by herself. She had a goddamn husband and kids. What are you talking about?
Bro, you see you. All right, bro. All right, bro. You gotta go. You gotta piss me off, dog.
So I say
Bro, you got to
this.
be the most ignorantest person, bro. I swear to God, dog. Like you not
No,
you
no,
still
no,
not
no. You just
listening,
want to
bro,
see
bro,
it. You just
bro,
want to
bro,
see it your way
bro.
because
You not
it kind of
listening
sounds
though.
good
You not
coming off your
listening. See,
tongue,
that's
bro.
why
It's really
this why
not,
we
man.
can't never
You gotta
have
call it. You
healthy
gotta call it for
discourse
what it
with
is
people
and
like
be
you.
honest about it,
You
man.
don't listen, bro. Somebody trying to tell you something so you can learn something. You want to hear whatever you want to hear. You ain't even hear nothing I said. Ain't about
Why
her
should I
being in
listen
a
to a
boat with her
divorcee
husband,
then?
bro.
How about that? Why should I listen
I'm
to a
telling
divorcee
you,
then?
I'm telling you how the
Should,
person
should
who
I
is
listen
being
to a
hurt. All right,
divorcee or
bro.
should I go my own
You
way?
got it. You got it, bro.
Okay, so can I speak? Hey, everybody. It's a bit Tish. I think the lady is really hurt, and it's going to take a lot for her to come back from that. Because for someone, I do feel like there is obsession at this point. I don't feel like it started out with obsession. I think it was more of the fact that she went to see who these ladies were to try to figure out what it was about her that was missing, that her husband was not noticing, but he was seeing in other women. And from that point, it became obsessed to the point where she wanted to imitate them because she was trying to be noticed by the man that she's married to. But for him to go out here and showboat on this whole internet, giving out these lifelong lessons, making himself the top of the platform, like he's this big ass snack, and everybody else is just an appetizer. And he built this platform, and it got too big, too fast, and out of control. So he had to keep up this macho look for the world, but it actually backfired on him. And then for you to actually put your wife on a platform beside you and have her look that way and distraught for other women to see or other men to see the pain and you don't see it, there's definitely something wrong with you. Because there's no way
Right.
that you sleeping beside this woman, going home every day, and you're seeing the pain and you don't recognize it. If he didn't recognize the pain, he definitely wasn't going to recognize that she was not being seen and she was trying to be seen by him. I don't know what the fuck Goat is talking about, but obviously he sound like a nigga that ain't never had somebody that was serious about him, because she's a strong lady. It's to the point where she could have killed him, herself, anybody else that was involved, and lost her damn mind because you playing a dangerous game.
Well, maybe now she's a strong woman or whatever. But
But it's gonna be
she
bad because
truly
she could
picked the
turn into
money
the
over her
man.
mental health
She can turn into the person her
at the
husband
time of all this
was.
bullshit. So
And that's what I was saying,
you gotta
Tish,
take
because
accountability,
that
man.
does happen. That does happen.
Because it's gonna
You know
take
what I
her a
mean?
lot to
And
even trust
it takes
another
it.
man.
Yeah, absolutely,
It's gonna take her a lot to want to
absolutely.
trust another man, even let another man get next to her to even know who she is.
Tish, it's gonna take a lot for her to trust herself now.
Correct.
You know what I mean? When it comes to the men that come in her life, when he tell me he love me, do he really mean it? When he say I'm beautiful, does he really mean it? You know what I mean? Or is he trying to set me up for something? You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
think I don't think
Yeah,
people understand when you question yourself in a relationship, you question yourself forever. Because once you start questioning what it is that a person like and don't like about you, you then start questioning what it is that you don't like about yourself. And then at that point, it just leads down a rabbit hole. So it's going to take a lot for her.
Hey man, I'm gonna just say this, man. Now I'm gonna start this off. I mean, I'm gonna just say this because I started off the podcast with this, bro. This man thought he was the prize of the whole relationship. Cause you come on, you come on a set, just like Toxic said. It was funny, but at the same time, you sit up there and you got your shirt on iron and you got a fresh haircut, and you let your beautiful wife come on there with a big ass bonnet on her head, bro. That shows that you didn't give a damn about her appearance, or what the general public really thought about your wife, man. You know what I'm saying? And that was super disrespectful, man. And check this out. When I first seen it a couple years back, I felt like that at that time. I'm like, bro, this dude's super disrespectful. He got his old lady out here with a
How is he disrespectful, JJ?
bro. All right, so
What? Hey, JJ, check this out.
hold on, hold
What
on.
if
Y'all
he
Listen,
talking
asked
hold
about,
her?
on,
wait a
What if he
minute
asked
though.
her?
hold
Y'all
on,
talking about this
What if
damn
what if he
bonnet. The
asked her?
bonnet is
What if
not
he
bro,
what's
asked her to put the
important.
bro,
makeup
bro.
on and take
You
the
can't,
bonnet off? And what
bro.
she told him? Nah, fuck that. I'm gonna do whatever
Listen
I
Y'all
what I'm
keep
want to.
saying,
talking about
bro.
a
Then what?
fucking bonnet. The bonnet is
Listen what I'm
not
saying.
what's important.
Hold on. Let me just say my opinion on this. The bonnet represents the fact that, okay, if I'm Derrick Jaxn, I got 300,000, 400,000 people watching me, and I come on here presentable every day. This is the first time the world sees my wife, and my wife is trying to take up for me. She's trying to represent me. She's trying to have my back. You think I'm gonna have her with a damn bonnet on?
What if he asked her? What if he asked her
It
not to wear that bonnet, put something nice on and stuff like that,
it
and
don't
she
matter.
go,
refused
go,
not to?
go,
Then
go,
Listen
what?
what I'm saying.
go, go.
Listen what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It don't matter what what you think. I'm talking about if that was my wife, and I really cared about my wife, and knowing who I am, you're not gonna see President Obama wife with a damn bonnet on.
Because she
You're
love
not gonna
herself.
see
She love herself, man. That's why.
bro. That's my point. This dude took this woman whole being. This woman did not feel like she was worth
She didn't know how to love
nothing.
herself anymore.
Yes, that's what the whole bonnet thing was about to me, because that that represented a woman that I know is probably a professional, and she probably, I don't know if they got kids or not, but if they did, she's a mother,
Right.
and she's on the internet showing a side of a woman that's lost, that's destroyed, bro. But on this podcast that we see that she on now, man, this lady look like a whole complete different person,
Yeah,
bro.
because
And
she get her
JJ,
mind right, man.
yeah.
That's all, bro.
Hold, Jay. But go. Let's consider this. If you was to watch that video that he brought her out in that bonnet, she didn't even look like she was in a conscious state.
She did
You know what I
not,
mean? It looked
Brent.
like there was
Yeah,
a there was only one conscious person in that video. And to me, when someone, like, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're so spun up in their web, you know what I mean? You stop listening to your intuition. Girl, put on some makeup. Girl, look at your hair. You stop listening to it. You
right,
because I mean, you don't went against it this far. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. If you stop listening to your intuition, it'll stop speaking to you. You know what I mean?
right,
And I just think that's where she was. She looked like she was in a zombie-like state. You know what I mean? She was there, but nobody was home. If that make any sense, you know. So I mean, I think
yeah,
go when you make these comments. I think you gotta be aware, like, kind of like just empathize with where that person's at in that moment. You know what I mean? Like, what she had been through all the way up to that point. She just found out publicly. You know what I mean? Not, and he wasn't some small, like, little community guy who only a couple of people find out. The whole world knows your husband's cheating on you, that this woman's been in your bedroom, that he's traveled with her, that he's living his life more so as a husband to her than he is to you. You know what I mean? And I mean, how you process all that and do a 2 minute interview for the world to see. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
yeah. I mean, bro, they got way too many hard Negroes out here, bro. Like, if y'all ain't never been hurt before, bro, that that lady shows how a person, the stages of a person going through something, bro. Especially with a Negro that thinks that he's the best he's the best thing that ever happened to her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, but man, we're gonna get our last minute thoughts in, man. Uh, but this was a good show, and again, I want to bring Shonda on, man. Hey, Shonda, I want you to come on. We need to talk about this narcissism for sure. The GOAT, what you got to say, man? With your shit, what you got to say, man?
Hey, man, thank y'all for letting me on here, man. To, speak my side of the story, see how I view it or whatever, man. But I think, man, if you start being somebody that you ain't, bro, you gonna lose yourself, and that's a prime example of what you've seen with the young lady that was married to Derrick Jaxn. Like, be true to yourself, man. Make sure your mind is right, and you'll be A-okay.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Drew, what you got, Drew?
Um, I mean, I think man, that's a lot to unpack, but
Unpack that shit, man.
Derrick, man, I feel like he with the video with his wife, right? Her on there looking like that, kind of, to all the women out there, right? It's like, oh, that's his wife. You know what I'm saying? Zay looking at it like that because she wasn't looking like she was in this video, right? She's a very beautiful woman, and yeah, I think he was a narcissist. He broke her down. You could tell her spirit was broken, but in this second video, you could tell she's starting to get back to being herself, and it's gonna take a long road. That's a lot of healing you gotta do. I don't know how long they was married, but that's a lot of healing she gonna have to go through for her to be able to move on and be in another relationship because she broken, bro. And sometimes people get broken to that, no repair. They choose not to, but she's gonna need a lot of therapy. But definitely a great topic to talk about, man. Y'all know what it is. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, follow us on all social media platforms at the Sex Cigar Lounge.
For sure. Tish, you there?
Tish is here. What's up, y'all? All right, so listen. Last words, I'm gonna just say to anybody that's been hurt, I think for her it was best that it came out publicly. Because had it not, she would have still been suffering. And she might have not saw any other way out. She might not been able to reach out for any other way out. So I hate that it came out the way it did for her, but I do wish you, if you ever watch our show, a very recovery, speedy, beautiful healing, because that's what it's going to take for her to deal with that. And to all the ladies that sound and come across a nigga like GOAT, put on your tennis shoes, strap them bitches up, and run. Because he is exactly the opposite of a nigga that we want. Check us out on YouTube. Follow, like, share. Holla at me.
I don't think y'all want. I don't think a lot of y'all women want is guys to pander, blow smoke up y'all ass.
We don't want
suck
nobody
y'all
that can't
ear
blow their
pussy,
nose,
so
but move along.
play on y'all.
Go
Hold on,
ahead.
hold on. Play
That's
on,
not the
play on
location.
y'all
This
mental.
is not the place for
Play
it,
on
though.
y'all mental so you can
Bad
be
to
just
you,
like that
JJ.
woman that was in the video. That's all
You
y'all
the
want.
one sound mentally
Y'all just want
disturbed,
that.
sir.
That's all
I'm
y'all
not going
want.
to act up on this live tonight. Go take you some Ambien.
You don't want to
Bad
take
to
a
you,
shot. I'm
JJ.
just, hey, look,
You
I'm
need a
just speaking my
value.
piece. That's all.
You came up
Hey,
here
go. We're
trolling,
trying to
though.
wrap up here, man. We're trying to wrap up.
Go ahead, Britt.
Nah, man, I totally agree with Tish. I think that I mean, what the thing I hate, we throw narcissism around. I hate that word ever hit mainstream because it's one of the worst personality disorders a person could have. You know what I mean? I hear people say, "Oh, he was narcissistic or she was narcissistic because we went through a bad breakup or something." There's narcissism is a pretty demonic personality disorder that it takes people years to get over. The dealing with. You know what I mean? And it's something that a person can't be medicated for. It's something that a person can't is incurable. And the person who went through it, it's like trying to get rid of cancer. You know what I mean? It's like even when it's gone, you feel like it's coming back. You know what I mean? So I hate we throw around that word like that. But I just think that the best thing I could tell people is always make sure, no matter where you are in a relationship, always listen to your intuition. You know what I mean? Always listen to your intuition. It's there for a reason. It's there to protect you. You know what I mean? When you feel like something ain't right, when don't allow someone to tell you that what you feeling ain't right. You know what I mean? Trust your intuition. And I think it'll work out for you if you do that. You know what I mean? And but narcissism, one of the bad things about it is you don't know you're in it until you're there, and it's hard getting out and it's hard getting over. And that's all I gotta say. JJ, follow Sexy Cigar Lounge on all social media platforms, especially this one. And it's back to you, man.
Hey, man. I appreciate all of our watchers, bro. We had a bunch of watchers, so to all of our panel that usually on, if you missed it tonight, man, hey man, I'm sorry for you, bro, because we had a real good turnout tonight. If you haven't already, please send this live out to all of your friends, to everybody we got some new subscribers popping up. Please send this out to all of your friends at work, everybody that's on Facebook. Please forward it out. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all the new subscribers. I'm bringing Shonda back. I'm gonna call Shonda tomorrow to try to schedule a narcissism show. I think that'll be real good. So Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. Stay tuned for the next show, man. I appreciate everybody coming on. And stay tuned for the next one.